TIFU by drinking a pre-workout that sent me to the hospital. Those bang pre-workout drinks sent me to the hospital today. I usually never take pre-workout now that I'm in my late 20s. Used to daily during my late teens, early 20s. But after years of not being active anymore, I wanted to start hitting the gym again. Today was well into 3 weeks of going again, but I decided to take a bang pre-workout drink before I started working out. I ate relatively early in the morning, around 8 a.m., and took the pre-workout at 3 p.m. My workout went fine, had a good pump, but towards the end I started to feel lightheaded and weak. I decided to skip out on cardio and drive home. Halfway through driving home, I felt extremely dizzy, nausea, and could feel my arms and legs tingling. As I got closer to home, it felt like I was going to pass out and my chest began to hurt. As I got home, I tried eating and drinking plenty of water to see if it would help. But I let more nausea and felt more pressure on my chest and found it difficult to raise my arms. After being home for 30 minutes, I started to see blurry and felt like my heart was going to beat out of my chest. Ran to my sister's room. We share a house together, and immediately told her to take me to TIFU. As we're driving there, I'm slurring my words, and my chest hurts. I can feel myself freaking out and feeling like I'm going to faint. We get to the ER and I just tell them I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. So they quickly rush me in. They took my vitals and immediately told me my heart rate was fine as well as my blood pressure, but still admitted me since I looked like I was going to faint. The nurse and doctor asked me what happened and I told them what I mentioned already. That I went to workout and took a pre-workout. That I haven't taken one in a long time and only ate in the morning. The doctor immediately tells me that 4/5 times someone my age and weight comes into the ER thinking they're dying is because of a pre-workout. He does an EKG test, multiple blood tests and chest x-rays. Everything comes back normal other than my blood pressure spiking out of nowhere but keeping me for a few hours. He saw that it was decreasing back to my initial blood pressure and said it was because of the anxiety, stress that came along with what I was feeling. He basically said the pre-workout overstimulated my body and sent me into a panic, anxiety attack. He gave me my lab work and showed me how everything was normal and sent me on my way. This is the first time this has ever happened to me and I find it so strange since I used to take pre-workout religiously when I was younger. I guess lesson learned for me is that I'm never gonna take this stuff again. TLDR. Pre-workout made me believe I was having a heart attack. It was an anxiety, panic attack. Our doc here once saw 4 teens come in after all taking pre-workout before going on a jog together. One of them had the caffeine equivalent of like 15 cups of coffee and took a while to mellow out. Clarification. If I remember right, the supplement was 450 milligrams, scoop, and the kid took 3 scoops. Parental supervision was as much the problem in that case. I used to drink the Bang energy drinks. One day a few summers ago was sitting outside at work, directing costumers when I started feeling nauseated. Figured it was just cause my lunch break was coming up and I was hungry. Go to lunch, come back an hour later still feeling sick. I get put on phones and started to feel short of breath. I figured it was just cause I had a few really intense conversations and hadn't had a chance to pull my mask down in a while, so I go to the back and take a breath. Started hyperventilating. Park rangers take my BP, it was like 170/100 or something. I was like 26 when this happened, so I probably should have just went to the ER. Well, stupid me told my bosses I'd be fine to go home and sleep it off. But they made me call and let them know when I got there. My mom freaked out when she heard what happened, so she checked my BP and it was still pretty elevated when I woke up. I haven't touched a bang since. Ouch. Glad you're okay. Those Bang drinks I've never been a fan of even with being a heavy caffeine user. One thing I've learned over the years is that you gotta be careful and do your research on companies and products in the supplement industry. I've found a few brands that I like and that are higher quality, so I stick with those. Rule 1 and ATP Labs being two of them. I'm a paramedic and we see people with altered heart rhythms due to energy drinks. Usually nothing life-threatening. But they'll have things called PVCs in their rhythm. That's basically the ventricle contracting on its own when it shouldn't. So if you have too many of them and they happen too often, it can make you feel lightheaded or dizzy. You can also feel the irregular heartbeat like palpitations. Feeling them can cause anxiety to worsen because you think it's something very bad is happening. Are those the same Bang energy drinks that are heavily advertised by Instagram models? Damn. Good to know. I knew it was a panic attack just from the title, lol. Those first few panic attacks are scary as hell. Hopefully you don't have more in the future. They never stop feeling awful. But at some point you learn it's not going to kill you and to just hang on for the ride. I used to drink Monsters before my morning shift at a call center. One time I was really sleep deprived, so I drank one extra large can. The ones with the twist-off cap. And a normal-sized can. I thought I was going to die. Started feeling super shaky, hyperventilating, and sweaty. I held on to the armrest of my chair with a death grip and kept drinking water. Man. The fact that people spend so much money on pre-workouts and additives and have no clue of what's in them or what it does to your body is insane. I guess the marketing works. If you care enough about your body and you want results, you got to feed your body properly and know what you are consuming. A good pre-work I like is Ghost Pump. Doesn't have caffeine in it. Tastes good and makes me feel good. Definitely recommend. Bang is an energy drink, not a pre-workout. This sounds more like a TIA than a panic attack. Panic attacks don't make you slur your words and have difficulty raising your arms. Were you breathing calmly or were you hyperventilating? Did they do any imaging of your head? Please people here, if you can't raise your arms, call emergency right away. Depends where you are, I guess, but best to get an ambulance. You are not wasting their time. Even if it might be anxiety and not your heart. Supplements are largely unnecessary unless you're doing stuff at the competitive level.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.